right, so as Phil had said earlier, we made it to all 6 weeks of the Pennsylvania Poor People's Campaign. And after week 2, a few of us were sitting at City Line Diner in Harrisburg, and I got asked, am I coming back next week? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm a veteran, and it's like militarism and the war economy. Yeah, I'm coming. And I opened my mouth, and from across the table, Nijmi says, oh yeah, you should totally speak. And I said yes. And I'm thankful I did. That pretty much conquered my fear of public speaking right there, because I didn't have a choice. I'm at the bottom of the steps in the Capitol, right? Like, I have to do this. So I actually brought the words that I spoke that day, and after I was done speaking these words, I had a woman come up to me. I had not met her before. She has a connection to Jen. She's a Gold Star mom, and for anybody in the room who doesn't know what that term is, it's a mother who had lost a child to war. And Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, his 45th birthday would have been a few days ago, yesterday. So I made a very amazing connection just because of speaking my truths there. And I found out that I wasn't alone. But my heart aches for her because she sacrificed her son for a country that didn't care. Okay, so now that I have myself all choked up, I'm going to try to do this. So one year to the day before his assassination, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his speech titled Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break the Silence. In this speech, he spoke the words, "True compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It is not haphazard and superficial. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring. Well, our very own government is still flinging coins to beggars in the forms of GI Bills, signing bonuses, and various other promises of money that don't seem to come through in most cases. 20 years ago, I was a girl who grew up in poverty and knew that college would be out of reach. At the time, student loans were virtually unheard of, and there was no chance of affording college any other way. So after much thought about what to do with my life, I decided to go talk to the Armed Forces recruiters. I listened to the Navy recruiter's sales pitch about the Montgomery GI Bill and how I would be able to go to college for free, get signing bonuses up to $10,000 for extra enlistment time, and I signed up that day. Why wouldn't the poor kids sign up for such amazing things? Uncle Sam had flung a coin to me, the beggar. I'd get to do the honorable thing and serve my country while simultaneously climbing out of poverty, or so I thought. Instead, they found every reason possible not to allow me to get either the signing bonus or the GI Bill. Unfortunately, that meant my pathway out of poverty was taken away. Now, 51 years after King's words were spoken, the same vicious cycle is still taking place. The U.S. Armed Forces are promising the world to anyone who will listen, especially those in poverty, sending young men and women off to war and letting them down when they arrive home. How is it that we have a defense budget of just under $700 billion, but we cannot spare some of that money to take care of those who have made the choice to defend our country? Why do we still have veterans and service members without proper housing and health care? Why is overall care lacking so badly that an average of 22 veterans per day decide that life is no longer worth living? How can any of this possibly be justified? For generations, young people who have chosen the path of defending freedom in order to make better lives for themselves, have fallen victim to the very system they chose to defend. This cannot continue to happen. We must demand that coins like this stop being flung to beggars who only wish to climb out of poverty by writing blank checks up to and including their lives for a nation which turns their back on them once they have served the purpose of feeding the military-industrial complex. We must demand that our young men and women stop being sent into senseless wars manufactured for the sake of building up the war economy. The choice of serving one's country is one that should be made out of honor, not necessity. And until the war economy is broken, there is no honor.